In this video, we'll take a look at how to set up your Joomla site so it sends mail through SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too, and thanks for tuning in to today's Maintenance Monday, number 92, here on the Basic Joomla Tutorials YouTube channel. Now, last night I sent out a tweet and some Facebook and that saying that today's live stream would not happen. It's a long weekend here in Canada, so we had some travel plans. But my wife has come down with a cold, and so we're staying around home. So I rushed and got the thumbnail together, and here we are live. So let's head on over, pay attention to the screen, and then we'll get to chat and catching up later on. If you're watching, please say hi in chat. Give the video a like if you don't mind. That will help others find it and help others find the channel. Some new subscribers today. We welcome you. And we will just proceed here. So here we are on the basicjoomla.com site. And whoops-a-daisy. There we go. Don't forget to head over to giveaways and enter this month's draw. Hey, Vinny. And hello, Ivor. Yes, thank you, Vinny. Vinny says sorry that the missus isn't feeling very well. Yeah, she's had it for a couple days. So, all right. So head into, she's had it for a couple days, but it's just gotten worse overnight. So, yeah, head on over to basicjoomla.com/giveaways and enter this month's giveaway. All right, so first of all, let's just talk for a second about, let's go full screen here. I don't have chat set up yet. About why you want to do this. There's really two main reasons that I can think of, and maybe there's some others. You can put them in chat. One is that by having your Joomla site send its notifications and mails from some of the core apps out through SMTP, you basically are, if you have your email set up on your hosting account properly for email deliverability, and I have a link to a video below for that, your outgoing mails will have DKIM and SPF settings behind them and are going to be more deliverable than perhaps if you're using SendMail or PHP Mailer, which doesn't use those things, and so that's probably I like to have as much control as possible over the stuff I'm doing on my site and sending out, and so by using SMTP, I am able to get the emails going out in the format the most that I want. The other reason to use SMTP is that some web hosts do not allow you to send bulk mail. So if you're using a mass mailer that's within Joomla, and you're using PHP Mailer or SendMail, that has to go out through the server that your site is hosted on. And if your host does not allow that, then you're kind of euchred. But if you are using another mail service, or you have your own mail server that you're using for sending out bulk mail, by putting in the information in the SMTP settings, you will not be violating the terms of use of your web host. So for instance, cloudaccess.net, that hosts all the free .joomla.com websites that you can go to and register, they do not allow bulk sending. So if you're using a Joomla site, say like cybersalt.myjoomla.com, you can't send bulk email out through that. They don't want you to do that. They won't allow it. It's throttled. So you could still use that site, but send it out through SMTP. So let's go back to the screen here, and we will see how to go about this. The first thing that you want to do is have a mail address, an email address set up in your web hosting account that Joomla can use for sending. Now, you can use any SMTP address. You could even use one that you're using for everyday mail. The only problem is that your password will be readable in the Joomla configuration.php file, which is okay, because as long as everything's set up properly and secure, only people that you trust are going to have access to that. And if they have access to that file, then they have access to so many things. So maybe you're okay with them seeing the password for your personal email, but maybe even in that case, not a good plan. And so because that's visible, what I recommend in the config file, what I recommend is just create a very generic email address that you use, that your Joomla site only uses for sending. That way, if someone someone you trust does something wrong with the password, they can see. Or if whatever happens down the road, if you get hacked or something happens and that becomes visible, you can easily burn that email address. All right, so let's go to Control Panel for the hosting account here for this basic Joomla.com site. I'm going to go to Email Accounts, and you'll see I've got two here. This is the default account that comes with every cPanel web hosting account, and then I have Sending Mail at basicjoomla.com. That's what I use on my basic Joomla site. So I'm not going to use that today because I don't want to have to change the passwords for it. But what I am going to do is create a new email address, and so create new, and then just click on username. That's the demo SMTP. All right, so that's going to be demo SMTP at basicjoomla.com. So now I'm going to set a password right now and put that in, and that will be, let's see, I don't think it's going to show. Nope. So I'm going to use this password here. In fact, I'm just going to go this out. No, I was just going to put in something junky I can throw away with some numbers. But let's see. If I could type it right. All right, there's 100, and then we will just go and create that. I don't need a welcome email sent to that. Now, there it is. The next thing that we can do is demo SMTP at basicjoomla.com. All right, and we're going to go to connect devices, which will give us the information we need for entering in our password. Okay, which I think I've already just forgotten, but we shall see. Now, in the back end of our Joomla sites, go to System, Global Configuration, and then go to Server. Now, down on the right-hand side, you'll see when I set up this particular install, this is the demo install that I set up for last week's Watch Me Work live stream on creating custom CSS classes. It just put in my general email. But what we're going to do is we're going to use SMTP. So way down here, and I have to turn that off because it's hiding behind here. Let's see. All right, here we are, way down here behind where my picture was. Down at the bottom, we have mailer. It's still showing right now as PHP mailer. Let's select SMTP, and then we get a bunch of options that are hiding down here. All right, so the next, you just want to put in the information for your email. So I know that the mail server for this particular account, even though it's listed right here, is mail.basicjoomla.com, and the outgoing port is 465. So mail.basicjoomla.com. The port is 465. I have on my server Let's Encrypt, and so I am using an SSL certificate. And SMT authentication, you have to put in your password to send this. So we say yes, and that opens up a couple more boxes. Now we go back here. The user in this case is the full address. And of course, if you have a different hosting platform, or you're using a different hosting platform from the company you host with, you're going to have to adjust your settings to be exact here. And now the SMTP password, which I cannot remember. I should have written it down. I'm just going to go back here. We'll type it in there again. Let's see. Demo SMTP. We're going to go to manage, and we're going to generate a password. I'll let you see this password here because I'm going to delete this right afterwards. All right, there we go. That was better because now I can just copy it and paste it. So we'll update the email settings. Great. We'll go here. We will put that password into there. Now, it says I can send a test mail. I always just save to make sure the information's in there. But I think you can probably just send a test mail before saving. But we click here. The email was sent to cybersalt@gmail using SMTP. You should check that you've received the test email. And I believe that it has gone because we did everything correctly. So now let me put myself back on the screen here. That's it there. Turn on the camera and we'll go back to the full chat here. So basically, that's it. Set up your Joomla site to send mail out through SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and that will give you control over email deliverability with SPF, DKIM, and even sending from an address that's got DMARC set up on it. Check out the video in the description about email deliverability. Lots of helpful tips there. And this will also allow you your Joomla site to use another service if you're sending bulk mail, or if your Joomla site just happens to be large and busy and is generating more mails than your web host would allow you to send. All right, so you'll see we're going to go to chat soon here. It's grayed out. I haven't set that up yet. But for those of you that are not sticking around for the chit chat afterwards and the chat and the normal things we talk about, thank you for your support of this channel, for tuning in. If you're watching this in the replay, please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so we get new updates whenever things are happening on the site. For those of you who are leaving, enjoy your Joomla sites and God bless. And for those of you who are staying, let me just get this chat thing happening here so you can see it. I mean, it happens in the side window if you're not watching in full screen anyways. But just the same, here we go. And I believe in order for, the screen might go blank just for a quick second here while I set that up. Once I find the right screen I'm going to click on. Let's see. All right, and I'm back. I have to put in the unique URL of the pop-up chat window every time I do a live stream. It changes. It matches actually the video that I'm doing. So, and I forgot to do that before going live today. Actually, it was like 9:30 this morning when I decided, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and push through and get this done and go live today. And lo and behold, I think it was ready by about 10 o'clock or something like that. My new thumbnail process is going a lot faster. So it's a long weekend here in Canuck land. Is it a long weekend where you are? Ivor, I think if I remember it, you're in Norway, and Vinny, he's in the States. So I don't know if maybe the States has their Memorial Day weekend, I think, coming up. It might be a week different from ours if I remember right. Oh boy, that was good water. I'm trying to keep hydrated so I myself don't catch this cold that my wife has. Well, thank you, Vinny. Appreciate the comment about the new thumbnails. Yeah, and I don't know, did I show you guys my my little time saver as well? When did I do that? Let's see here. Which page is this going to open up on? Let's take. Okay, I'll show you what I did here. Basic Joomla thumbnails. One of the big processes is setting up the camera gear, getting the picture taken. And anyway, so here's what I have done now to save time. I set up the camera on the tripod, and then I took a whole bunch of pictures that I may use someday. And then also, a little sneaky trick here. I also went and got a bunch of different jackets in the house. So you'll see I've got the orange shirt on, orange and the blue sweater, orange and the green jacket and the gray jacket, and there's actually orange under. Oh yeah, and the racing jacket. Anyways, I have about 175 of these pictures ready to go. So that makes it a little bit faster. And I had a suggestion about. I don't have the word Joomla on this new format of thumbnails. Tom, who's a subscriber and watches, pointed that out. And what I want, considering maybe putting the Joomla logo in the bottom left instead of my Cybersalt logo. Anyways, that's something I'm thinking about. The word, to put Joomla in the thumbnail program that I'm using right now is a little bit makes it a little bit crowded. So kind of pondering that. So Vinny says Memorial Day is next Monday. All right, yeah, I think I remember that feeling that in one sense, like the U.S. and Canada get together on a lot of holidays, but then we don't need to have them all in the same weekend. All right, well, let's go check out something that we have been doing. Let's go free live streams and go to the Joomla extensions page, Facebook page. Check out what's going. If you've got anything else to mention or comment on or share, go ahead and put it in chat. All right, here's someone who is, this was an interesting post. It says, you want to make a website quickly, build any type of website in minutes just by Joomla Stars themes and fill it in with your information in one day. So you have a new site within minutes or one day. So, and I think we saw this store last week, if I remember correctly, that they posted a bunch in there. And if I remember, oh yes, they had a lot of different categories. I think this is and they're using Helix. So they've got that there, but let's keep scrolling down. Progressive web app will likely change the way current e-commerce applications for web and mobile coexist. By the way, for those that may be wondering where we are, follow along. There's that link. Let's see. Progressive web application is web apps. The progressive web application is web apps that consume modern web capability to provide an app-like user experience to the audience. These apps load in a regular web page, but provide the feature to work offline, push notification, and device hardware access. In all, they combine the flexibility of the web with the user experience of native applications. The keyword website has further shed its umbrella over web applications. Web development has incorporated more than the static data HTML pages, is extended to dynamic pages. So this is an article that someone has posted. Some of the identified features of progressive web apps are progressive. Irrespective of the browser choice, the focus is to provide the application to work for all the users. Responsive, fits all screens, independent of net connectivity. Native mobile applications are installed on expense if the storage of device in hand, and thus, kind of losing me there. App-like interface, feel and look like a native mobile app. And why use app shell model? Okay, so this is a little bit interesting write-up on progressive web app in a shell and using on a website. All right, so for those of you interested in that, that might be something to follow up on. Here is a travel kit by Salacious. Oh, Salacious. There's an interesting name for company. Know everything you can do with it and see in a live demo. It's a one-stop solution for better management of travel business. All right. Complete all-in-one software guide for mobile apps for travel experts, operators, guides, and service providers. Completely change and optimize the way you work. Salacious introduces TravelKit, a software suite for travel experts, helping them access, manage, and run their business from just one platform. On-ground tour management, capture contacts of MICE travelers. I wonder what MICE travelers are. Obviously, it's not mice who are traveling. Create travel groups, travel group discussions, group itinerary. So this is another app. And schedule a call. Forget about multiple logins with TravelKit. You have your itinerary, agent, and lead data all in one place. So I'm wondering, is this Joomla compatible? It must be Joomla compatible. It's in the. This is. Let's see. Let's right-click and view the page source. Yeah, components. And they're using SP Page Builder. So a whole suite of things here. Here are events and information categories. All right. So that's something good to know about for someone if you have a client that looking for a solution for planning events, getting people to sign up, having an app, it looks like, or how it looks on the phone. And there's a demo here. So, and of course, 2 thumbs up for any site that has a great use of orange. My favorite color. The forgotten color of Christmas. So that's good to know that that is out there. Last week we looked at a couple of things. Here's a WhatsApp contact button from AA Extensions. This module can create chat with you at WhatsApp. Works with templates. I wonder, so that means you can you chat right in a website? That would be great, wouldn't it? WhatsApp is very popular internationally. Demo show. Let's see. WhatsApp contact button. Here we go. It says to click. It says check on the footer right side. Down at the bottom. And okay, that's behind me here. Let's take a look at that. I have to turn me off again. Get support via WhatsApp. So if we click on that, you can log into WhatsApp, tap menu or settings and select WhatsApp web, point your phone to the screen, and to use WhatsApp on your computer. All right, hey, should we try this? Let's try this right now. I've got my phone out, and just so that you believe me, I'll turn the camera back on. Open WhatsApp on your phone, tap menu or settings, and select WhatsApp web, and then point your phone at the screen. Let's see, do I have to hit plus here? Oh yeah, hit plus. Point your phone at the screen. Hey, I saw my picture super fast. And there is my ability to use right there inside the website. Cool. If I change the width. All right, so now I'm using WhatsApp right in there, and it looks like this is their contact information there. I could see, I have a question. Hello, let's see if there's anyone there. Uh-oh, I have a question. Oops. Hello. Just trying this out on my live stream. Man, not typing very well. And I don't know if they are there, but it looks like a great way to just get contact through something on your WhatsApp if you're using it. As I was saying before, WhatsApp is really popular internationally, and a lot of people are using it. A lot of people use it because it works so well on a cell phone when you don't have a lot of Wi-Fi around, or if you don't have in impoverished countries, people that are really in places where they live on a very low daily income or are very restricted. I know a lot of refugees that we're in contact with have WhatsApp. Anyways, it's huge internationally, and so this is a great, interesting way to see if to help people get contact for support right on WhatsApp. So that's kind of a cool thing right there. All right, well, what else do we check out here? There's someone that was asking a question. There's the WhatsApp contact button again. That's the 18th. Today's the 20th. And some people posting, asking for some help. Some of them advertising their services. And then last week we saw this here. Did we see J Secure Authentication, Joomla Security Extension? Let's check that out. Secure Image Authentication. Add extra security to your website by using Secure Image Authentication. Spam IP Protection. So this looks like another, you can use Google reCAPTCHA. This looks like another admin tools type thing. Restrict access to other installed components. And yeah, so this is their extension there. 3 months for $11.99, 12 months for $29.99. And here's some screenshots to check out. So an admin access log. I got 20 things here. Meditate controller. JSecure authentication. Enter key value for administrative login. Some graphage. And configuration stuff. So, and they have a little demo. Let's see. A video demo here. Access. Detailed graph to show success and unsuccessful login attempts. Block access of JSecure components to other users. Yeah, so this is very much like admin tools. So bans IP automatically after some specific attempts. Auto ban IP feature. And lots here. So we won't watch the demo because if there's music on there, I might end up having to do all kinds of editing on my video. But that catches us up. And there's a who is lookup tool, so very much like admin tools, and so perhaps another option for that someone wants to check out. All right, there we go, back to the Facebook page. That's that. Well, let's close a few tabs here. And my phone is close, so I don't have the remote open anymore. Well, that's because I went to WhatsApp, didn't I? Yes, sirree. There we go. Let's switch to chat on the right. And it's not showing up there. Try one more time. There we go. All right. Well, very interesting. Like that WhatsApp. That's very intriguing. So let's close these tabs. And right now, since I showed that password, let's go here and let's delete that. Sorry, that's not the email. Let's delete that the email I made up. Delete demo SMT. And delete that. Yeah, Ivor says that he has a Huawei phone, so he assumes that he cannot download apps anymore from Google Play. Yeah, I just woke up to that news this morning, Ivor, that Google has canceled Huawei's license to use Android operating system. So that's going to be quite a hit. Yeah, there's so much stuff going on with Huawei, with China and the U.S. But then there's also Canada's got its own thing because the chief financial officer is the daughter of the owner of Huawei. Huawei was arrested when she was traveling here in Vancouver, just a couple hours away from me. And so now, China has has arrested some Canadians over in China who were there just, from what it sounds like, just doing their own thing, doing their business. But anyways, so yeah, that's quite a mess for people that have that. Now, Huawei is talking about coming out with their own operating system. In fact, so they've been working on it as a backup in case something like this happened, but how that's going to affect the users outside of China. Well, I guess it affects users inside of China too if they can't use that system. So I wonder too if I wonder too if how that's going to affect existing users. I know for sure it will affect new devices. But I wonder if they will allow it to continue on older devices. That would be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, certainly in a world, the world works better in many ways, not in all ways. In many ways, when we cooperate and do things together. I mean, we don't want monopolies because that can create huge problems. But yes. it's a pain. And Ivor says better to suspend Trump, perhaps. Now, Ivor's got a link there. Let's check this out. Hacker News, 2019-05. U.S. tech giants Google, Intel, Qualcomm, Broadcom break up with Huawei. All right, so see, revoking Android license means Huawei future smartphones will no longer have access to Android updates and apps like Gmail or the Play Store, as well as Google technical support beyond services that are publicly available via open source licensing. What does that? As a result of that, as a result of which, not just Google, but all three of the world's leading chip makers, Intel, Qualcomm, and Broadcom, are also reportedly cutting off their trades with Huawei effective immediately. However, that doesn't mean that current Huawei smartphone users will be cut off entirely from Google services. In a statement via Android's official Twitter account, the company says current Huawei smartphones will continue having access to services like Google Play and security from Google Play Protect. However, they won't receive any future OS updates like the upcoming Android Q. Okay. So eventually it's going to phase out. That's it's going to be interesting. That's a big shakeup in things. So all right. Well, we were just reading this article here, so I'd never heard of Huawei until that was like 5 or 6 years ago. Someone that I knew, and he had this phone, and it said Huawei. I didn't even know how to pronounce it. And so my first thought was like, oh man, this is just a cheap foreign knockoff phone. But I guess they've been coming into their own with their devices and things they're putting on. So anyways, yeah. It's an interesting world. Hey, so this week, with canceling the live stream last night and sending it on Twitter, I wish that I had a more direct way to communicate with people. And so this Wednesday's Watch Me Work live stream, I'm going to set up a newsletter using ACY Mailing 6, the free starter version, on the basic Joomla site, so that anyone who wants direct updates about the stuff happening on channel, especially things like cancellations or no it's going again, or even just posting, I don't know, just to have more direct communication with everyone who wants it. That's what I'm going to be doing on the Watch Me Work live stream this Wednesday, setting up that newsletter. I thought that would be something some people would be interested in seeing, and I need to do it, so why not do it live? And especially ACY Mailing 6 is still fairly new to me, especially creating a template. So there's going to be, I hopefully don't get lost in the weeds on Wednesday, but we will go for a walk through the grass probably at a couple of points and see what I can get set up there. So anyways, and then I might do a Watch Me Work live stream setting up a pop-up, because I am using I forget. I just bought it for a client. Anyways, it pops up to get people to subscribe by email, and it's from Tassimos. Tassimo. Oh boy, I'm probably saying that wrong. Let's just type that in. I better fix this. Let's see, TASS. Tassos. That's right. Tassimos is a coffee product here in North America, but Tassos Marinos, he's got Engage Box. Yes, I like him too, Vinny. In fact, I might see if maybe he wants to come on and do a little preview of this, do that. And that might be Watch Me Work live stream a week from Wednesday to put an Engage Box up on the basic Joomla site. So, or at least for him to demonstrate that product. Yeah, he's got some really cool stuff. He's got Google Structured Data. That is one that we talked about when John Moholt was coming out with Hoda Meta, and just mentioning about the structured data. Vinny says you use his custom fields in his contact form. Yeah, so here's the other things too. Advanced custom fields, and he's got convert forms. The last Joomla form builder you ever need, and that kind of looked. The interface for that looks attractive to me. I'd be interested in checking that out too. He's got advanced custom fields. Let's see. Engage about tweet me. Want people to share your post? Make it super easy for them. MailChimp auto subscribe. Get response auto subscribe. With get response, okay, and then web hotelier booking form. So, anyways, yeah, I'm really impressed with EngageBox. So maybe I'll be doing that the next week after that, and then after that, so 2 more Watch Me Work Wednesdays. Then I'm going to be away for at least one Wednesday. Yeah, I'm away for 10 days, so I'm going to miss one. I think I missed 2 maintenance Mondays, but I'm going to maybe try to just have some some very basic tutorials ready to go out. So advanced custom fields, let's check that out. Extend your Joomla website with custom fields has been a dream for many. Now it's become reality. YouTube field, create a field to easily display YouTube video. So yeah, a bunch of cool things in there. Anyway, so that's where things are going. I don't know what next week's Maintenance Monday topic will be, but we'll see. Have a little plan in place. Plus, while I was away, my wife and I were away for like a 3-day getaway this week at a beautiful place called Point No Point, which is just up the coast of our island. And so there was no internet. Surprisingly, not having any internet allowed me to catch up on a lot of my emails. And I'll explain. I got my phone out, and I just started catching up on emails and deleting. And of course, nothing was happening right at that point because I had no internet. But if I walked up to the resort office, they did have Wi-Fi, and all of the things that I typed would just automatically go out then, and mails I deleted. But anyways, I started using the Post-it note, sort of this Post-it note feature of OneNote on Android, and started making notes of things. It was really, really good just to get things off of my mind that I'm behind on and just storing in my head and jumbling. So I've got them all organized, and that was nice. So that's good because I have a couple of weeks before I head out, about a week and a half before I head on this trip to a couple of conferences and go visit my family back east. So anyways, that was good. All right, well, I cannot think of anything else to talk about or to say. So if there's nothing else, I will begin to wrap things up very soon. 1,348, I think, is what we've got on the old YouTube channel here. Let's see here. 1,348. So things have been chugging along nicely there. All right, well, I don't see anything else in chat, so that looks like a good wrap. I will go and take another zinc lozenge, have some water, maybe some tea with some honey, just to make sure that I'm keeping healthy here. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday. So thank you for your support of this channel. Thanks for checking in again today. It's always nice to do. And hey, also today I'm behind on a couple of You Bet Your Lifes with Groucho Marx on iloveoldtimeradio.com. That's Vinny's site. So I'm looking forward to listening to those as we take a slow day here at CyberSalt World Headquarters. So again, like I said, thanks for your support of this site. We'll see you next time online on Wednesday, or whenever you're online after that, and I am too. Until then, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless.